Genetic and immune causes of Crohn's disease. So if we take a look at this part of the intestine or the GI tract, we have this particular gene called NOD2 gene in the epithelial cell, which basically regulates a protective mechanism and a barrier against this bad bacterial overgrowth inside the GI lumen and its translocation into the GI tissue. But in Crohn's disease, there seems to be a mutation of this gene, potentially from the family history, hindering its ability to regulate that protective mechanism, which allows for the bad bacteria to overgrow and translocate into the GI tissue from the GI lumen. And once inside of the GI tissue, this bacteria gets in contact with the immune cells called macrophages, which engulf this bacteria and break it down into little particles and present it to other immune cells called naive T cells. And with this interaction, the macrophages get activated and they start to release different types of cytokines called interleukin 23, interleukin 12, and there are other ones, interleukin 1 and TNF alpha. And from there on, the interleukin 23 converts these naive T cells into Th17 cells, and the interleukin 12 converts these naive T cells into Th1 cells. And from there, the Th17 cells release other cytokines called interleukin 17, and Th1 cells release a lot of the other cytokines called interleukin 1, interleukin 6, and TNF alpha. Now here's the problem. All of these cytokines are pro-inflammatory chemicals that go and work on the nearby blood capillaries and bring more immune cells into the vicinity. And all of these immune cells, like macrophages and neutrophils, release a lot of the toxic chemicals such as reactive oxygen species and proteolytic enzymes to try and kill the bacteria. But these chemicals in access not only destroy the bacterial cells, they also start to destroy the nearby tissue cells and cause this deep ulcer formation in the GI wall. Also, in some cases, these immune cells clump together and accumulate in these ulcers, forming something what's called granuloma. And this entire inflammatory process in the GI tissue is what's referred to as IBD, with the phenotype of Crohn's.